Hey guys and girls, hold on. Whoa, we are turned way up. Hold on a sec. We're stuck again. I have Niners going in the background. Guys, give me 1 second. Everything's gone ballistic. One moment. Yeah, there we go. We're stuck again in this time warp of being Trish. I can't get to my my stuff. Hold on. What the hell? All right, I might have to jump back out. Hold on. 1 minute. I got no idea. It just keeps doing this like every night. It gets stuck on this branding. Hopefully it'll change over eventually because it's got all my videos for tonight. Hold on. I'll be back as soon as you see website, it means I fixed it. Hold on. Hey, we fixed it finally. Jeez, that took like it takes like 5 or 10 goes every time to get it to switch over to my stuff. So annoying. I wish they would fix it. Like really, really annoying. All right. Hey, good to see you all. How are you on this election eve? We are officially now in the final hours. So I don't know, do you celebrate? Do you do a party? Do you celebrate having to not have to watch those stupid ads anymore that are like this ad was authorized by blah 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 blah. It's like go away. Hey STL cards. STL card said I'm on disability, but there are changes coming, so guess what? I'm getting calls. Good. Is that a good thing? I hate mornings because I had to put a blocker on my phone 3 months before I turned 65 because I already had Medicare. They were trying to call you to get you to switch healthcare companies. Hey, Andrew, how are you? Patty, Laura T, Marilyn Landis, Emily Narb. I hate mornings. Catatonics here. Rachel. Who else do we have? Sean made it. Laura T. Natasha's here. Marilyn Landis. I think I already mentioned you, but I'll say it twice. Who else do we have? Gayla was here earlier. Shasta. Diane Marie. Kathy Lynch. Good to see you all. Good to see you all. Tomorrow's gonna be a hectic day. I don't know what happens tomorrow, but, something happens tomorrow. We're all gonna find out at the same time. I don't think anyone's gonna I don't think anyone's gonna know before we all know, so we're all gonna find out at the same time. So, it's gonna be bonkers. Either way, doesn't matter who wins, it's probably gonna be really mental. So, I hope we all prepare for that, even me in a different country. Okay, I wanna show you something out of I'm gonna pronounce it wrong, even though I spent 20 minutes before trying to pronounce it correctly. It's Leicestershire, right? So we're gonna go to a video from their police department, and then I'm gonna tell you some more details. Watch it very carefully. Has a lot of interesting things. Unfortunately, I can't stop it and go back or scrub through it, but I might be able to find another one we can do that with. So here's your video. Let's watch. So I don't know if I can talk over this. I hope I can. But you're seeing here, this is their background, like this is their investigation into this fellow, and they're saying that a lot of these people are victims. Here you go. Here's the suspect. He proceeds to walk in the direction he's seen the victim heading and following her. So he's following a woman. He's following a girl, and it says he proceeds to walk in the direction he's seen her. Minutes later, they were seen walking together along Castle Street, where the defendant had parked his car. They say minutes later. So he's sort of guiding her. You see this? He's sort of guiding her. I don't like that. They say they walk around the area for nearly an hour before arriving back at Castle Street. It's a long time. And then you see her. She sort of hesitates, right? She really hesitated. She was like, a car? Oh, I don't know about that." Ay, ay, ay. They're saying after some time, the victim got in the back of the defendant's car and he drove away or drove them away. And you see them pull out here. The defendant spent the next 2 hours driving around and parking largely out of view of CCTV before heading away from the city to a petrol station. At the petrol station, the victim banged on the glass, shouting for help. She appeared distressed and pushed the defendant away more than once. There you go. She's the one that's blurred there. She's like, "Hey, don't touch me, mother effer. Hey, I'm sick of your crap." And they say they parked up in a hotel car park in Hinkley Road. On the way there, the victim sent a live location to someone. That went really fast. Her friends rushed to the live location in a taxi. What good friends? And pulled her out of the back of the defendant's car. Yay for the friends. They say the victim's owner friends got in a taxi and the defendant proceeded to follow them in his car. And look at that. He's actually chasing them down, chasing down the taxi and her friends. They're saying he only drove off when the taxi pulled into a police station. In the early hours of the same morning, the defendant used the victim's stolen bank card to make 4 transactions totaling around £125. Following a trial at the Crown Court, Mr. Muhammad was found guilty of sexual offences. You guys saw it. It's okay. We're going to go through it again. I found another copy. Pretty brutal. These are the type of men we don't want hanging around on the streets and need to be locked up. I'm so proud of her friends. As soon as she's like, I'm in trouble, they dropped everything, jumped into a cab and found her. They are some great friends. They really are. They are friends we all need. So here we go. And they're saying here it's the terrifying attack moment. Vile S-word predator lures woman into his car and tries to R-word her before she escapes and bangs on a window for help. I think it's chilling. I don't understand what this whole walking around for an hour was. Was he trying to placate her and her fears of hopping into that vehicle. That's what I would probably think, that she didn't want to hop into that car. Let's go. Yeah, let me get my camera on for you. Hey guys, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. Yeah, there's that. She physically hesitated on that video when they walk around for like an hour and they come back to that vehicle. She physically hesitates. You can see her. She sits on that curb and she does not want to go. She's like, I ain't going nowhere. And I don't know what he said to her to get her into the vehicle, but at one point she was like, no way, I ain't going there. And yeah, they eventually gets her into the car and he tries to get the prize that he always wanted, whether consensually or otherwise. Apparently, in this case, not consensually. I think she probably would have been consensual if it was some other situation, but the fact you tried to force her into a vehicle and then force her to do other things makes this very, very unconsensual. And then, yeah, she's like whacking on this door here at this gas station for you Americans. For us people in the other part of the world, a petrol station. They're saying here, the CCTV shows Mohammed circling back to find the woman in her 20s who appears to be walking in an unstable manner. He then pulls up and gets out to talk to the victim before walking her around the back streets of. I always screw up this word. My mind always wants to pronounce it completely differently, but around the area. There we go, so I don't sound stupid. They're saying the footage released by the police shows then captures a terrifying moment. He persuades her to get in the back seat of his car before driving away. In the horror attack, which took place in the early hours of December 18th last year, 2023, the predator then drove the victim to a remote area where he SA'd her and tried to R-word her but was unsuccessful. And it was later proved from CCTV later in the night, proceeds to show the terrified woman banging on the window of a petrol station and desperately pushing him away. He is seen grabbing her wrist before forcing her back into the silver Volkswagen Golf. The brave victim is finally saved when she sent a live location notification and voice notes to her friends begging for help. As he pulled in a hotel car park, her friends ran to the car where they dragged her to safety. Those friends, man, they deserve all of the everything. They are great friends. They say when she was found, she was covered in mud and bruises, and Muhammad had no trousers on. Muhammad fled, and the victim called police, who launched an urgent manhunt for him. They say police discovered the woman, who spoke little English, had tried to plead with him to stop abusing her by using a translation app on her phone. The device revealed she had repeatedly begged him to give me my clothes back and to take me home. I mean, so she couldn't even communicate in a language, English, where they both could understand. And I can't imagine what it's to be like in that kind of terrifying position where you're trying to negotiate with your attacker via via a translation app. What a horrid piece of crap that guy is. They're saying detectives trawled through hours of CCTV to identify him, and he was arrested the following day at his home. Is it Burton upon Trent? I hope I'm not saying that wrong. They're saying following a 5-week trial, he was found guilty of 1 count of attempted R-word, four counts of sexual touching, and 1 of theft and 4 of fraud. The 4 of fraud after using the victim's bank card after the attack. They're saying last Friday he was jailed for 7 years and 3 months in Northampton Crown Court. The court heard that Muhammad started following the woman shortly before 9:30 p.m. on December 17 after spotting her walking on St. Nicholas Circle. CCTV shows him braking suddenly after driving past a woman before turning left into Castle Street and parking. As she walked along South Gates and then turned into the opposite end of Castle Street, Muhammad caught up with her and they started talking. After walking after the woman for nearly an hour, he persuaded her to get into his car and he drove her out of the city. For more than 2 hours, the car was driven around and parked in numerous locations. At 12:40 a.m. the following morning, the Golf was captured on CCTV pulling onto a petrol station forecourt in Groby Road. Muhammad and the woman get out of the car, and the victim can be seen in an angry and distressed state. They're saying around 10 minutes later, they return to the car, and Muhammad drives in the direction of the. Is it? I can never get it. I'm not going to say it. No. They're saying at around 1 a.m., the victim sent a voice note to her friends asking for help. I love that. I mean, I don't love that she was attacked, but I love that she had such great friends that even at like 2 a.m. in the morning, they would drop everything to find her. We could all do with great friends like that. All right, let's scrub through this a little bit. We can do it on this one. I want to have more of a look at this part here. Yeah, I spent 20 minutes practicing that name, and I'm pretty good with English names because I am English. So, but that one always gets me every single time. It's the too many C's and E's and I's and S's. They just mess with me. All right, let's go. All right, there we go. We can scrub through this one. So there's the victim here in the green. And you can see he's just sort of, it really is like predation. He's just literally following her like she's a lamb. They say minutes later, though, that's along Castle Street. You can see he's trying to persuade her, and several times she waves him off. You can see it in her body, even blurred, you can see it in her body language. They walk around the area for nearly an hour. I don't think that was the meeting like she thought it was. He thought it was. I think she was like, "How the hell do I stop this idiot from following me?" Ladies, I know, don't hop into cars with dumbasses. Don't. I don't care if he tells you he's going to take you to Disneyland. Don't hop into cars with losers like this. I know she probably felt threatened at the time too, but do whatever you have to do. What is the rule that they tell everyone? It's don't head to a secondary location, right? It's don't go to a second location. Like that's what they always say. If you're in a bad situation, you never go to that second location because that's where bad things tend to happen, I guess. So that's probably a really bad thing. Don't jump in that car. And then they drive around, and I'm guessing when they stop is when he attacks her. That is pretty hard. This is when she's literally crouched down, banging on the glass here, and he's being violent towards her. And then she's like, "Hey, get away, mother effer!" And she whacks him a couple of times. Just leave her alone, like far out. And that's when the friends find her. I love that. Look, like there's some sort of superhero squad. I love it. Give us our friend back. Oh, they hug. Look at that. Her friend hugs her. That's so sweet. They should have kicked that guy in the nuts, man. I can't imagine what it might have been like for them to come across that scene and find their friend missing some of her clothes and the dude that has somehow lost his pants and that she is covered in mud and bruises. I would wanna just get her out as well. Great job by the guy in the taxi they caught too. The fact that he, 1, was okay doing that, 2, told them, "Hey, I'll take you to a police station because this guy is just a nutbag." All of them did a great job, including the taxi driver. There are some good taxi drivers out there that won't, like, take advantage of you. That's really cool. It's nice to see that we're not reading a story about an Uber driver killing someone. We're hearing about an Uber driver assisting to save someone. I like that. I like to see the other side of it. On camera, right. Right. Leicester, that's right. I'm glad you remember. I can never remember that one. And it always gets me every time. I practiced it for like an hour before we started the show, and I instantly forgot it. As soon as I start reading, I'm like, I don't know how to pronounce that word. It's like someone, you ever watch that show, Black Mirror? It's like someone has gone into Ping's brain and deleted how to say that word. It's like every time I read it, I'm like, I have no idea how that word is pronounced. Every single time. It doesn't matter what week it is, what day it is, what story we're reading. Doesn't matter if you tell me how to say it 500 times, I still don't remember. It's really odd. and it's only that town name for that particular because we did the stabbing there earlier this year. We've done a couple other cases out of the region. They're saying unfortunately she probably did. Well, yeah, that's not cool. I think I think you have to have a lot of balls to chase here. What was his aim here in chasing the taxi with the friends and his victim? And apparently he only stopped when they pulled into a police station. Mansfield House Police Station is where they went. You have to have a lot of cojones to pull into and then follow the cab that has your victim and the people who saved her. What exactly are you gonna go do? Go plead your case to the police? "I didn't mean to cover her in mud and bruises and SA and R-word her. It's just, these things happen." What would you say? They're just gonna arrest your ass. And then to add insult to injury, he used her bank card to purchase things from another petrol station. I'm so glad that he was, thrown into court. There's his ugly mug. I think we should all see it. Hold on, I'll get you a better one of that, actually. There's his ugly face. Found guilty of those sexual offenses and 4 counts of I don't know what it says here. Let's go back one bit. He got 4 counts of fraud for the bank card, of course, and 1 count of theft, probably for the bank card. Sentenced to, I think it was 7 years in prison, right? That is a hell of a sentence. Sometimes we've heard cases where girls are actually literally, gang R word, and the guys are like 2.5 years and they're out of prison. The fact this guy got 7 years is pretty good. Pretty good, but you know what that doesn't do? That quells her fear for about maybe a year or 2, and then the appeals start, and then he wants to get parole, and then she has to go to parole meetings, and then she has to advocate for her side of it, saying, "If you release this guy, I'm never gonna feel safe in the area." So while her nightmare is over for a small portion of time, it's not over by a long shot. She has years of dealing with this one night of her life that was obviously very traumatic, but it's going to keep happening to her, unfortunately, over the next maybe like 4 to 5 years while this guy sits in prison and tries to get out. So I hope she's got a very good police liaison officer who might do a lot of it for her. I hate morning says hopefully Ping we won't have a story in the yeah, I ain't pronouncing that. We ain't going to Scotland. We ain't ever going to Ireland. Because I can't pronounce half the town names there. Or if we do, I'm gonna play you a video, they can say it, and I'm gonna be like, "Yes, that town that they talked about on the video." Yeah, and he will, and I think his vindictive nature, as you saw in the video, I think 100% he's going to try and do things from prison to antagonize her. Do they have no, I know this is Welsh. I was talking about the one I meant the one the other night. We were doing the Scottish one with the head. The other night, yeah, because there was a bunch of town names, Ping was like, "I'm not even gonna try." What? Call it Go Go Gok? O okay. Sure, we could do that. Yes, they do. So, in the UK, they have what's the word for it? It's a different word from the one they use in the USA. Hold on, I'll find it for you. It's a different title. It's like a liaison officer. Yes, it's just a liaison officer. It's a VLO, and they are assigned to the victim care unit. That's right. So that's who that she'll probably have a contact with that'll be able to help her. So we can go here. Yeah, what does it say here? Victim contact scheme. You'll be asked if you want to join the victim contact scheme if both of the following are true. You're the victim of a violent or sexual crime. Tick, she was. The offender is sentenced to 12 months or more. Yes, he was. 7 years. If you join, you'll be given a victim liaison officer who will tell you how long the offender will be in prison for if there are any charges to their changes to their sentence and when they'll be released, when an offender is up for parole and how to make a victim statement at the parole hearing, how to apply for a license condition. These stop the offender doing certain things when they're released, such as contacting you, how to challenge a parole decision if the parole board decides the offender is safe to release. They say tell your victim liaison officer whenever you change your contact details so they can keep you updated. And there's a contact here for people if you want to contact them. So no, yeah, 100% she would have a if if she opts in, which I would guess she would, because you get a lot more details and help. Well, I hope she would. That she will get a that she will get a VLO. So they call it a VLO over there. No, yeah, she's. I don't know how you'd ever go back out at night ever again. I don't know how you go out at nighttime. You'd just be like, what if a guy comes up to me and throws me in his car again? Like, I don't know how that. I don't know how you do that. Your mum tried to teach you how to say it. Hey Brenda, how are you? Good to see you. Let me just look up this guy's name. I want to see what he's doing right now. What is he doing right now in his dumb little prison? Let's find out. What's his name? Gulan Muhammad. Let's go to the CPS, which is the Crown Prosecuting Service in the UK. In the UK. All right. Here, the click to we read that. Let's go to under offending. Okay. So he was sentenced for the attempted R word. That was his highest offense. So that was the main offense here. He got the 7 years and 3 months for the attempted R word. And then the 2 times SA, 14 months each to be served concurrently. 2 times SA, 18 months each concurrent. 1 times theft, 3 months, that's for her card. 4 times fraud, that is for the 4 purchases he made on her card. 2 months each concurrent. But this is the overarching sentence here. So these will all fall under it and basically be served at the same time. But he got 7 years and 3 months. Did he get a discount on this? They don't say. Sometimes they'll tell you the percentage they have to serve, like what is their minimum to parole, but they're not. It's not in here. Let's go to Leicestershire Police. They're saying the meticulous work of police to piece together the movements of a sexual predator as he targeted a lone woman has led him to being jailed for 7 years and 3 months. Yeah, that's great. So at the time of his offending, he was 36 years old and had preyed upon an intoxicated woman. So she was drunk at the time. That's not a minimizer of his actions or whatever. It just means that we know that she was unfortunately susceptible to being hurt or whatever. I'm not saying that that caused her to be attacked. I'm just saying it's just a fact of the matter. They're saying today, Friday 1, so the Friday just before the weekend, Northampton Crown Court, he was sentenced for a total of 10 offenses, including 1 count of attempted R word, 4 counts of sexual touching. Police were first alerted to the incident after the victim, who is in her 20s, was able to send a message to her friends asking for help along with her location. After they rescued her from the defendant's car, the incident was reported and an investigation began. Apparently, they examined extensive CCTV, number plate recognition systems, and data from the victim's phone. Police were able to uncover a detailed timeline of events that helped to convict him at his trial earlier this year in June. They say here, as part of the investigation, they were able to establish shortly before 9:30 p.m. on Sunday, 17th of December last year, the defendant was driving in St. Nicholas Circle at the same time as the victim was walking. So he's literally looking for a woman to attack. I don't know how else you want to put that. He was literally driving around. He saw a girl that was on her own and decided to attack her. That's it. There's no other way to describe that. And they said he can be seen getting out his car. Yeah, yeah. We want to know about his sentence. Here we go. Here's a photo of his ugly mug. Remember this guy. If he ever gets out on parole, you remember that guy is a piece of crap. They're saying here in their final statements, Muhammad is a sexual predator who intentionally sought out the victim that night after seeing her alone and in a vulnerable state. It is thanks to her friends that she was to be rescued from the defendant's car after she was able to share her location with them. I believe, had this not happened, further offenses would have been committed. The swift reporting of the incident meant we were able to launch an investigation very quickly, and less than 28 hours after, the suspect had been identified and arrested. Despite the evidence against him being undeniable, the defendant chose not to admit what he did and instead caused the victim further trauma by making her relive the events of the night during the trial. I am pleased justice has now been done and this dangerous individual is no longer on our streets. They're saying there's a number of different agencies who are able to offer independent help and support to victims of sexual offenses in the area. For further information on these services and details on who to contact, if you have been a victim of a sexual offense, can be found by following this link down here, which I will post in the chat should any young women or young men, or of any age really, find themselves in this situation in this area by finding this video. There is a link in the chat. Go to it, find some help, get some justice, get some healing, all those good things. What? That was a weird comment to walk into. I just spent like 20 minutes reading the article to you, and I walked into this, and I was like, "Is this some sort of like defense tactic against people might be essaying people? Like, what is going on here? Is it like, oh, did we walk into some sort of defense class for the elderly or?" Hey, love you more. How are you? All right. Um, yeah, weird comment. I don't know where that even came from. Sorry guys, hold on. Who sent me a message? Oh, okay. All right. Sorry, that was one of our chat people contacting me about something. Tom Jones, I don't think he's getting any panties these days. Or if they are, I don't want them. Because, yeah, I don't really want a 7-year-old woman's underwear. I'm good. I'm good. I got enough. Yeah, I don't think he's getting any hot girl bras or panties nowadays. Not anymore. I think you are right about the depends. I think you're right. Is he still touring? Is he really still doing tours? Isn't he like 89 or something now? How old is he? He's 84. Born in the 7th of June, 1940. Dude could have been called up for the First World War. No, not the First World War, Second World War. He could have been at 15. Yeah, definitely could have gone to war. I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea he was still touring. Yeah. There was an article in earlier this year in Melbourne where I live, and it says Melbourne undies on stage at Tom Jones. It's still not unusual. Glad I ain't going to that concert. They're saying Tom Jones, 84, confesses he has less control over his voice. I think when you've been singing for about 50 years, that might be a ailment that most singers have. Yeah, so apparently he is looking at retirement finally at 84. He has never stopped touring apparently. Wait, 1940, he would be 5 years old at the end of the war. The First World War, yes, right? But not the second, right? I was ping out of decades. Change the subject, please. Yeah, change the subject. No more Tom Jones. We can't handle it. No more. We don't want to ever hear of Tom Jones ever again. So we'll move on to the Spice Girls. You know, they're going to get to that point one day where their fans are not going to be either. Well, I think they're already at that point, aren't they? When I was a teenager, they were popular, like when I was 15 or whatever. They are now. No, I would have been younger. I would have been like 13. Um, but their main demographic that, listens to their music and were fans at the time, they're all middle-aged women now. Literally, they're all middle-aged women. It's not it's not unusual. Can't sing that too much because 'cause we'll get in trouble. We're not allowed to sing too much on here. They'll come get us for copyrights. Alright, let's keep going. Pretty horrid story, though. I wanted to show it to you because I don't know if I've ever seen someone stalk down a victim like that and then walk around with them for an hour. I will try and find if they do end up releasing the victim impact statement from the woman, even anonymously. I'd like to hear what was going through her mind while they were walking around that street for an hour. I'm sure it's probably fear and looking for an exit, but I would like to know what happened between there and the car. Not blaming her, I just wanna understand, like, what pressure he put on her to make her do that, 'cause I just would like to know, because I'm sure had she not been intoxicated and no, well, no, he probably still would have did that. I'm not sure. I was gonna say maybe she was drunk and she was just, like, so tired and from walking and being, a bit inebriated. She was like, "Yeah, car ride sounds great. I can't walk anymore," because the guy had walked her around in a circle for an hour, like she was some sort of greyhound. He'd walked around in a circle like a greyhound. Alright, let's go. I wanna find one more thing on him, then we'll move off. We've got other stories to talk about tonight. I was trying to see if there was a Sky News thing for him, but doesn't seem so, which is interesting. BBC did one, and the Leicester Mercury did it, and the Derbyshire Live also did one. See, I can say it when I'm not thinking about it. When I'm reading and I'm, like, under pressure, I, like, instantly can't remember. No, this one doesn't have what I want. Okay, I don't know if we will ever find out about her victim impact. Maybe it's sealed, in the UK. Alright. We'll have to leave that one. Leave it and love it. By the way, this story got brought to me, by a viewer, RX Girl, if she's in the chat. We've talked so much about Tennessee this year alone. There's been a billion, right? We've talked I don't know how many missing people in Tennessee. There was a story out of Papua New Guinea yesterday, Sean, about a woman who had been abducted. I'll have to look it up. Yes, don't go out alone. Are you the first person that realized that I've worn glasses for the last 2 days? I wonder if you are. Singer Ping? No, we're not allowed to sing on here anymore. He is a judge on The Voice? I didn't know that. Uh, I I didn't like, I knew about this story, but I kinda thought it had been resolved, and then our ex-girl told me, "No, it's still, it's still not solved, and it's still outstanding in the area," and I wanna just bring it up for just to refresh everyone's memory, if I can now find my link, which I lost. Okay, here it is. So, I don't know if you guys and ladies remember this one, but the search continues for 2 missing Kingsport women? Families are looking for answers. Now, the 2 women's names are Layla, and the other one is Hollin? I would have said Hollylyn, but it's not. Is it Hollin? And, last name Snap. The other one is Santinello, and they disappeared in the same area around June 27, 2023, so over a year ago, and the other girl, last name Snap, she was last seen October 5th. Her family says they last spoke to her October 27, but they all went missing in the same region. The TBI apparently is investigating, but so far no arrests or no causes or anything like that. They said here News 5 asked if there's any indication that I hope it is Holland is deceased. They said there's no indication. I mean, without a body, they think they have a 50-50 chance of getting her back alive. I can't imagine being her parents. Let's watch the video together and we'll talk about it more. But 2 more people missing in Tennessee. Is Tennessee just a state of missing people? I think it might be, especially young people aged, mostly 21 and under. I think it might have the title of most missing young people. They have a huge, monstrous list of people they've never been able to locate. If you go to, I think it's tbi.gov, .gov.com. I don't know, whatever it is, tbi.gov. They have a list of missing children and missing young people, and it's like pages and pages. And I'm not talking about like dating back to the 1920s or anything. We're just talking about like the last 10 years. There's like 50 cases that they haven't been able to resolve. Let's watch the video so I can refresh my memory too.
From WCYB, this is News 5, tonight at 11.
The search continues for 2 missing Kingsport women. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Kristen Kwan.
And I'm Casey Getz. 21-year-old Layla Santinello was last seen in Kingsport on June 27th, and 19-year-old Holland Snap was last seen on October 15th, also in Kingsport.
News 5's Kylie Hill has a timeline of events and also sits down with both families and shares their messages for both missing women.
21-year-old Layla Santinello went missing in Kingsport on June 27, 2023. 4 months later, 19-year-old Holland Snap disappeared in the same area. Since then, their families have been searching for answers. The family of Holland last spoke to her on October 5th. She was last seen on October 15th on Belridge Drive in Kingsport. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation issued an endangered young adult alert for Snap on October 26th.
Holland had been severely assaulted by a man in his 50s in a home on Belridge, and we still know that is true, and we believe that happened around October 9th.
Leslie Hunt, Holland's former foster mom, says that discovery came from witness statements.
That is according to several people who have said things but are still not willing to tell the whole truth of what happened.
And there's no indication that she's dead.
There is no indication. I mean, without a body and without Holland, I think we have a 50-50 chance of getting her back alive.
Layla Santinello was last seen on June 27th in a field next to the AmeriCorps Hotel in Kingsport. She was then reported missing that same day. A search was conducted on August 4th at 562 Dale Street in Kingsport, where Layla and her boyfriend Michael Thompson lived. Thompson was arrested March 4th for posing as Layla through Cash App.
Early on in the first few days that it was happening, I wondered if it was Michael and Layla pulling some kind of silly joke on me. I guess that was almost a little bit of hope. And as time went on, that theory kind of went down the toilet. That little bit of hope kind of went down the toilet as well.
If there's people out there that are obviously giving information to the mum, and the mum is saying, well, they're not telling everything they know. How much does it take to get the TBI to bring them in, hang them up by their feet, and leave them there until they start talking? I mean, come on. This mum has been missing both mums have been missing their kids for it's over a year now, and we're still not any closer to finding out what happened to them. The fact that mum knows that a 50-year-old man was I know the words I've seen used almost make it seem like grooming. It's almost like a grooming relationship, and the fact she knows that her daughter was beat up and severely, injured. If you know this, then why are the dots not being connected, and why can't they find her? There's something there that's not being, acted upon. That information doesn't come from thin air. Got to do more for these families to bring their daughters home. Too many missing young women. There's a few young men too. We all know Sebastian, but there is a lot of missing girls. It's like an epidemic. It really is. All right, let me play the rest of it.
There was confusion on the exact location of Layla's disappearance, and it was thought for a while to be the Marble Slab Creamery, but has recently been confirmed near the AmeriCorps Hotel.
The point someone was last seen is a really important piece of any missing persons investigation. So to have had that wrong for the months that they did put us behind.
Law enforcement tells me there are no updates in the cases on their end, but are still pursuing all leads and tips. Both parents leaving a message for Holin and Layla.
I just want her to know that I'm still fighting and that I'm not going to give up until we have her or until we have the answers that we need to lead to where she is.
I'm not giving up hope. I know you're out there somewhere, and I'm going to find you if it's the last thing that I do.
If anyone has any information regarding either case, you're asked to call 1-800-TBI-FIND.
I believe her. I believe that she will keep looking for her daughter until she finds her. I really do. I can see how sincere she is. But I was sent a different message that there was updated. Hold on. Let me get back into my messages. From her mum. This is Holin's mum. And this was a while ago. But she said, I feel like it's time to update everyone. We know that Holland's case is being handled by Sullivan County Sheriff's Office and the TBI. Her saving grace for this was she met the criteria of the Holly Bobo Act. Holly Lynn was last seen on Bell Ridge Drive, Kingsport, Tennessee, in a severely beaten state. How the hell do you know that? A large 51-year-old man is to blame and took advantage of a 19-year-old girl who had the mentality of a 10-year-old who was 5'9" and 80 pounds. Needless to say, it is very unlikely she survived, and the man was aided in the disposal of her body. They're saying, if you have any information regarding my daughter, please reach out to my PI. That's Steve, Steve Fisher. So if you have any information, I don't know if they're still wanting Steve to be involved. I'm guessing yes. Let me see. I would say yes. Steve doesn't give up on cases. So if you have any information, contact Steve. Or the mum, or the Kingsport, whoever, or the TBI. But apparently, Steve's helping work on it. Evil Alaska says Tian and Delphi LE are corrupt. I struggle with why are there so many missing people in Tennessee? What is it about that particular state that seems to make people go missing? I don't understand. Is it poor police work that doesn't allow cases to be resolved, or is there something deeper going on in that area that where it's below the surface and we're all not quite seeing it? So here, they posted this article earlier this year. Over 3 dozen children or people that are underage. These are only the ones that are children. There's more that are young adults. They're saying here over 3 dozen children from across Tennessee are still missing as of the month of August comes to an end. Some families, it's been a couple of weeks since they last saw their missing loved ones, while others have gone years without answers. So they've just got millions of missing kids. You can see here, look, just hundreds. I could do this all day and just scroll through different children and young adults. A lot of them never been heard from again. This guy graduated, Caden Hatley. Yeah, he has a graduation gown on. Taylor Jett. Looks like 2 brothers, Carlos and Manuel. And Alexandro. Someone called Brian, Christopher. Just a million. Like, I'm just not stopping scrolling. There's just hundreds of cases out there. Eva Alaska says drug highway that runs through the east is also human trafficking. I did hear that there is a specific highway in Tennessee that runs through Kentucky too, that they target for drug trafficking. It could be Odessa seaport in the Ukraine. Okay, I would thought they're much more busy with other types of things right now. So yeah, there you go. There's a taste of it. I know someone asked what were the dates on the missing for those 2 girls. Let me grab that. So Layla went missing June 27th, 2023, and Holin went missing between October 27 and October 5th. Somewhere, but oh, is that right? She was like, no. Her family last spoke to her October 5th. Her former foster mom, Leslie, last spoke to her September 27. She was last seen October 15 at Bell Ridge Drive, 2023. So both these are from 2023, so over a year old. One's a year and a half old, one is just over a year old now. So these girls have been missing for an extremely long time. Layla went missing originally, and then Holly Lynn went missing. Holin, no Y, Holin went missing a little later. Yeah, apparently the city of Kingsport put out a news release for it. Hold on. Date 4th of March 2024, so earlier this year. Frequently asked questions about the Layla Santinello case. They say here the KPD has obtained and served over 30 search warrants, entered her into VICAP or VCAP, an FBI database, and the National Missing and Unidentified Person System, NamUs, conducted a search of 562 Dale Street, the residence of Layla Santinello and Michael Thompson, by search warrant on August 4th, 2023, and issued over 25 subpoenas. 6 ground searches have been conducted with the use of drones, forward-looking infrared radar, FLIR, and canine. The Holly Bobo Act, which provides the support of the TBI and numerous interviews. They said, is this case related to the Holland Snap case? They say no, Kingsport detectives have collaborated with the TBI and the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office and discovered no evidence to support the cases are related. What other agencies are assisting? All those, I'm not going to name them. They say, what is the police department doing next? This case is a priority for the KPD. Detectives are still pursuing all leads and tips. If anyone has any information pertaining to the disappearance of Layla, they should contact 423-343-9780 or 1-800-TBI-FIND. They're saying, was Layla last seen at Marble Slab? They said no. Early in the investigation, detectives and agents believe she was last seen at Marble Slab. Based on several witness statements, detectives and agents followed the lead and eventually learned that the woman who was seen at Marble Slab was not Layla. They confirmed that information through phone records as well as identifying the woman and interviewing her. They said, when was Layla last seen? June 27th, 2023, approximately 6:15 a.m. in a field next to the AmeriCorps in the 1900 American Way, Kingsport, Tennessee. They said, when was she reported missing? June 27th, 2023, same day. How long has she been missing? Since June 27th, 2023. So yeah, they're saying no connection, but here, Layla Santinello, age 20. She was a white female, 4'10", 135 pounds, blonde hair, brown eyes, Kingsport, Tennessee. Last known location is the AmeriCorps in American Way. So there you go. There's the details of her one. And there's an updated photo, a different photo. I've not seen this one before. Not a great photo, but a photo nonetheless. So there's the update for it. Thanks for sending that in. I really appreciate it. I had some weird thought that that Holin's one had been solved. I don't know why, but I had some weird altered memory that I was like, oh no, they solved that like a year ago, but it must have been a different case with a similar young person or something, and I got confused between the two. But no, not solved. Not solved. They are still looking for both of them, unfortunately. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going, my friends. We don't need to know about that. So I'm going to ask you this. What are you going to be doing tomorrow for Election Day? Are you going to, have you already voted? Are you going to vote? Are you going to hide in your home and wait until it's all over to come back out again? That is an option. Are you going to order pizza and just hang out at home and watch people go mental? Because that's probably what I would do. I'd probably order pizza, turn on the TV, and watch everyone go crazy. Because that seems like more fun than actually being out there. Although if someone you like wins, there might be a big party somewhere. If you live near the capital, could be a fun day. All I can tell you is please don't climb the lamp posts. They might grease them up again. Don't be climbing no lamp posts. All right, what else do we have? No, I don't want to do Delphi. Screw that. We could do that. All right. So you know that we really don't like people who hurt animals. That is one of the things we don't like on this channel. We're animal lovers. We like our animals. We like our pets. This story popped up on my feed earlier today, and I warn you all, it is somewhat distressing, but I won't be showing the photo to you, okay? There was a photo circulating social media. The butchered remains of a dolphin discovered on a New Jersey beach. Officials are launching an investigation following the grisly find after witnesses reported seeing a dolphin of the same species struggling in the sea the day before. They saying the carcass of the animal with most of its flesh and organs removed was discovered in Allenhurst, New Jersey. The Marine Mammal Stranding Center, which responds to reports of dead or distressed sea creatures in the area, said the dolphin appeared to have been butchered. A spokesperson added the animal's flesh had been completely removed with clean cuts from a sharp instrument, leaving only the head, dorsal fin, and flukes. The animal's organs, except for the heart and lungs, had been removed. The creature was identified as a common dolphin, which is not listed as threatened or endangered. Witnesses reportedly saw a dolphin of the same species struggling off the coast the day before the grizzly find was discovered last Wednesday. However, the animal was then seen swimming back out to sea, and it is not known if it was the same dolphin. According to investigators, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration Office of Law Enforcement is investigating the find. Who on earth would do that to a poor dolphin? Who would do that to a poor dolphin? Dolphins are friends. They're not food. Dolphins are friends. That's why we don't put them in tuna no more. You remember back in the day they used to put dolphin in tuna? They'd be like, oh, we're running out of tuna. Let's start using the dolphins. And then they stopped using the dolphins because everyone got mad. Um, yeah, don't be cutting up the poor dolphin. Who would do that? Aliens can't find enough cows. Now they're taking dolphins? Maybe. Sorry, STL cards. But I think it's important, like, that we talk, like, this is, like, we've got people in the community that are okay doing this. Hands up for Detroit because we love this city. No. Hands up. How many of you would be okay going fishing for dolphin and then eating it? How many? Can we even get one person to admit that they would eat a dolphin? Because I don't think I would eat a dolphin. Like, I don't eat octopus anymore. Ping doesn't eat octopus or cuttlefish anymore, even though I love eating cuttlefish and octopus, but I don't eat them anymore because they're very smart creatures, and I feel bad. I feel bad because they're really clever. You know what did it for me? It wasn't that stupid movie, My Octopus Teacher or whatever. That movie sucked. That was a crap movie. I didn't like that movie. What did it for me? It was the octopus who escaped from his tank in New Zealand, and I was like, that octopus is smarter than I am, because I would never have thought to do that if I was an octopus. I was like, I think that octopus is so freaking clever, and they got spoken to by the news, and the news was like, no, they said to the news, "Oh yeah, we keep octopus all the time. They keep doing that. They keep jumping out of the tank and then getting into the drains and going back to the sea." They're like, "Yeah, this is a typical event. This happens all the time. Octopus just do that." I that's a little different though, Evil Alaska. That's a different, in some ways different. New Jersey is not short of any food. They have a snooki. You should kill that one first and eat that one before you kill the dolphins. You don't need to kill the dolphin. You have a spare snooki or whatever its name is. You can eat that first. You don't have to eat the dolphin. But in Alaska, I understand there's still a lot of native traditions where they use things like whale or a dolphin, seal, some larger sea mammals and stuff. I totally understand that because they're trying to preserve their way of life. And foods. I watched Flying Wild Alaska. That show is 15 years old, and food was mental expensive back then. On that show, they were saying to get a pizza home delivered, it's like $200. And that was 15 years ago. I'm not kidding. They're like, to get a pizza, like you order the pizza and then they fly it out to you on a little Cessna, it's like $200. And they're like, oh yeah, they get pizza, but like, hey, it's like a special thing. They only do it like once a year for like special events or whatever because it costs so much money. So I I get it. That's different. That's sort of the way they uh, get through the winter. They store their food and live off the land. Slightly different. New Jersey's a giant city, and they have a cake boss. They have someone called a cake boss, right? You can go and raid his factory and eat all the cakes and get very fat. You don't need to kill the dolphin. I'm sure the cake boss will give you a cake instead of eating a dolphin. So it's okay. You see, you got a snooki, you got a GTL. You could eat one of those. I don't know what that is, and you've got a dolphin. No, not dolphin. No dolphin. You've got a cake boss. You can eat him. Eat him first. No, sorry. Eat his cakes. Eat the cakes first, not him. Or you could eat him too if you want before you eat the dolphin. You have to learn how to fly if you lived in Alaska. I'd say so. Kathy, thank you for the late show. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. It's very kind. It's very kind of you. Um, the late show. Oh yeah, because it's a public holiday here. It's a public holiday here, and they just had the horse race down here. Who won? Ping doesn't even know. Who was it again? They just had that big horse race that stops the nation. It didn't stop the nation because I'm talking about true crime. So, what was his name? Oi, Mrs. Ping, what was that horse's name? Knight's Choice. Knight's Choice won the Melbourne Cup. So he won the Melbourne Cup. He was like 75 to 1, and he won the cup. All right, give me 1 second. I need a drink. Hold on. All right, yeah. So there we go. The poor dolphin. I don't like the fact that someone felt the need to eat the dolphin. I hope they find out who did it. We're trying to save dolphins, not kill them. Look, I'm not going to show the photo. Everyone can calm down. There is a photo circulating online. I am not going to show you the photo of the butchered dolphin, okay? We're not going to do that. I'm just going to tell you. I just tell you the story. We ain't here showing you necropsy, or what do they call it? You know, when they do on the animals, it's got a different name. Is that the name for it? Yeah, something like that. And they do like it's like a animal autopsy, but it's a necropsy or whatever. And they do it via animals to find out how they died. But I don't know if they can find out how this animal died. Like, I'm looking at the photo here. I don't know why you would do this. Like, I doubt this was a shark either. It looks like a shark actually has taken a bite of it, though. Actually, some of this does look like shark. Hmm. Interesting. The photo that is circulating does look like there may have been some predation from a shark. There is definitely shark teeth impressions in the top here. They don't look like a bladed instrument. They look like a shark. So maybe scavenging the remains is what I would say. Necropsy? Is that what it's called? Necropsy. I can't pronounce it. No, I can't do it. You guys see what happens when you put me under pressure? I can't say anything. STL card says, ping on a brighter note, CMC's supposed to play Sunday. Yeah, apparently they opened his practice window today. So CMC should be back next week. I can't say it now. You guys are, when you can say the word like 100 times, and as soon as someone's like, say it in front of the camera, and then you can't say it anymore. So same with the other word. As soon as I wasn't concentrating, did you notice that? As soon as I wasn't looking at the article and I was just talking to you, I could just say the word. I could say the town name. Same deal. I don't know why it works like that. You have to ask my stupid ADHD brain why it wants to do it like that. As soon as I was just talking casually, I could just pronounce it fine. As soon as I wanted to read it on a screen, everything goes out the window. All right, let's go back to true crime. We got a couple more. We have a couple more. I don't want to do Delphi though. I'm not interested in doing that. Oh, actually, do we have any Amber Alert updates? Amber Alert. We had that little boy go missing yesterday. Is he off the Amber Alert? No. So it was Connor Young out of Heartland. Well, actually, Ping, what are you talking about? He's been missing since July. I don't think they were just going to be like, haha, we found him overnight. He didn't turn up since July, but as soon as we put the Amber Alert out, we found him the next day. I don't think that's how that was going to happen. I think something more sinister is happening in that particular case. I hope that little kid is alive, but it doesn't seem good in that Connie Young, the one we talked about last night. Doesn't seem great. So we have a 46-year-old woman missing out of DTF. DTF? No, DFW. DTF. That's something else. Ugh. Ping, yes. Hold on. Yeah, not DTF. That's something else. Hey, Snap Crackle Pop. How are you? So we have a 46-year-old woman missing. More town names Ping doesn't know. Is it Wiley or Wiley police search for missing 46-year-old woman? We'll talk about that in a minute. We'll talk about this Mesquite teacher here. They're saying police were called to a home on Parkwood Drive just after 6:30 a.m. Monday about a missing person. The man said his wife, Melanie, was missing and had not been seen since 10 p.m. the night before at her home. What's the rule with missing wives? Does anyone know in the chat the rule with missing wives? What's Ping's rule? Ping's rule is if you take more than a couple of hours to report your wife missing when she should be at home, I don't believe you anymore. That's Ping's rule. Ping don't believe you anymore. They're saying investigators say she did not take a vehicle or phone when she left the house. Where are my red flags? I need the red flags. I need so many. I need all of them to just throw at the camera. All of them. She did not take a vehicle or phone when she left the house. Uh-huh. They're saying officers, along with the help of the investigators, canine search dog team, and a Texas Department of Public Safety helicopter, searched the area for many hours but did not find Melanie. They're saying the PD is requesting any assistance in finding her. Residents in the area asked to review their outdoor camera footage between the hours of 12 a.m. and 6 a.m. to see if there's any video of Melanie in the area. She is described as 5'7", 135 pounds with black hair and brown eyes. It is unknown what she was wearing when she left her home. Anyone with information is asked to contact Detective Pollard at 972-429-8014. There's a photo of Melanie. Let me make that bigger for you. Didn't take her phone. Took many hours to report her missing. Didn't take a purse. How many women do you know that don't take a purse or their phone with them everywhere they go? I don't think I've ever met a woman who doesn't take her purse everywhere she goes. I don't care if she's going to the toilet, she's taking her purse. I don't care if she's going to the local corner store for some milk. She's probably going to take her purse. And she's probably going to take her cell phone. So you tell me anytime someone's like, oh my God, my wife is missing. I can't find her. And I don't know what happened to her. She didn't take her phone. And I took many hours to report her missing. My red flags just go through the roof. Now, it might not be true, but it sets off alarm bells. Because every case we've had this year of a missing wife, it's this. It's like, when was the last time you saw her? Oh, I saw her on a Thursday, but it was a Tuesday. It was like 9:00 at night. Do you know when that was? No, it was like last week, this week, Sunday. I don't know. It's just, they never have good explanations. Let's go to WFAA. Let's see what WFAA has to say. No, that's about voting. We don't want that. They're searching in the 100 block of Parkwood Drive in Wiley. All right, Wiley. Let's have a look. Did they really blur the home? Are you joking? Why would this be blurred so early in this investigation? Like, I've seen this happen, but it's, like, much later on, like, after it starts to pick up some media. Hold on, I'll show you. It's blurred. Is this her home? What number is this? Why don't you have a number on your letterbox, weirdo? What number is what number is your neighbor? Yeah, let's go this way. What number is your neighbor? You don't have a number on your someone's gonna tell me, "Ping, it's on the gutter. It's on the gutter." Actually, I don't see them here at all. What number is this? I don't know. Normally, they're either on the mailbox or in the gutter, right, for in America, like on the curb. There's nothing on the curb here either. Must be a weird HOA that doesn't allow you to have numbers. But yeah, look, it's if this is her home, I'm not sure. It just says in the 100 block, and this is where it's taking me for the 100 block. I don't know what they're doing here. What happens if we go around the corner? Let's go around the corner. Wait, no. We want to go around the corner. There we go. What the hell? What kind of crackheads live here? They're like, oh, if we make it invisible on the maps, the cops will never know that we're dealing crack. They'll never know we're invisible. What the hell? I've never seen one that's like 360-degree blurred like that. I've seen it where like the front is blurred, but if you go around the corner, it's still you can still see it. But what is going on at this property that they feel the need to blur the entire thing out? The mailbox said 17, did it? Ping's blind. Need new glasses. These ones not working. All right, hold on. Let's go back to that map. No, it should be the 100 block. Does this one have? Does their bin have a number? The bin does have a number, but I can't see it. Let's have a look. Let's go down here. If it's there, I can't. Oh, here, 101. This is 101. So that must mean, yeah, this is 100, right? That means that's 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106. Yeah. So this must be 100 right here. Why is that like that? So you have a wife go missing and the house is blurred out. It's blurred on the real estate site too? What the hell is going on here? There's something weird. When was she reported missing? Monday, right? 100 block of Parkwood Drive, that's what's on the map. 45-year-old Melanie, hold on, let me see if I can find anything else. 45-year-old Melanie Ballinger. Yeah, that's odd. That's very strange. By the way, hello to my friend The Last Show with Karen Lee. She posted about it the other day. I often see Karen on Twitter. Thanks, Sean. Is that the only view you could find? That's interesting. Here, I'm going to see if I can save this and then see if I can make this larger for everyone. All right. Thanks, Sean, for sending that in. So Sean found this, but that's all we can find of it. I don't know why you would need that address blurred so heavily. That's very odd. Oh, you sent me 2 photos? Oh, okay. Wonder why they've blurred it out since she went missing. It looks like that's a recent thing. Yeah. Let's go here. There's another view of it. There's nothing there that says like this shouldn't be there or this needs to be blurred out for any kind of, reason or whatever. There's nothing like offensive here or needs to be kept secret. It's just a home. Very nice home, but it's just a home. All right. Well, that's odd. The only thing I can think of is if for some reason this is not her home, even though this is what they quote it as, even if this is not her home, maybe it's a neighbor who's like, ah, crap, the guy 2 houses down has killed his wife. I better blur me home so people don't, annoy us. But I'm pretty sure they would have, yeah. Wow, did that just change all of a sudden? The hell happened then? Did you guys see that? It's like this. It's like it changed to an older photo or something. Hold on, let's move. Okay. Huh? It jumps. This one is June 2022. This view, but if we jump back, oh no, it didn't do it that time. I think it's a glitch, but now it's not doing it anymore. I don't know. Oh, there you go. I think it's just a glitch. I think it might have something to do with this driveway. This driveway either is no longer there or they pulled in here, took a photo, but when they came back the second time, they just drove up the street and turned around and came back out, and they didn't go into that driveway, so it didn't upload a photo. I'm guessing that's probably what happened. Oh my god, it's half of a car and to make believe concrete. But yeah, that is very strange. I don't know why you would need your house so heavily blurred across, and it's across multiple photos too. So this one, November 2018, it's blurred. You go over here, June 22nd, June 2022, it's blurred. The other one we got, 2016, it's blurred. It's odd. I mean, maybe it's something innocuous, but strange. Why? Yeah, why give out the address then? Yeah. Do they not go up odd? Yeah, so it's even, odd, even. Yeah, even, odd, even, odd. So this should be 100. The one across the road is 101. Then it should be 102, 103, 104, 105, so on. Grass is greener. They had a lot of water. That's bizarre. I don't think I've ever seen that in a. I mean, we've seen blurred stuff, especially in murder scenes or whatever, but never a missing person like that. Like they've blurred out places where people are being killed or something like that. I've seen that before. 8 hours ago. Let's go to WFAA on. They put out an update. So that is the latest update, and only a few hours ago. They're saying, police searching for missing woman. She was last seen November 3rd. That's 2 days, or a day ago for you guys, at around 10 p.m. I don't like anytime someone says, "I last saw my wife at 10 PM at night." Because I'm like, "Why? Does your wife normally go out at 10 PM at night? If not, what the hell?" Did not take her car or phone when she left. She left her home on foot, according to police. Unless you can tell me that there's some sort of, like, depression symptoms in the family, I'm really starting to get suspicious. Flag outside of the home? Maybe. That's interesting. Lynn D says, neighbor who was in the mafia had his house blurred out. I guess he didn't want the hitmen to see the windows. They didn't want them any game planning his home. Um, yeah, this is so we've got another missing woman out of Texas. We had Susan Simpson, not been located. We had Mabda Cufflebutt. She hasn't been located. And now we're looking for this lady, Melanie Ballinger. And she has not been located either. Yeah, no update for Suzanne Simpson, still missing. Apparently, there was an update a few hours ago out of WOAI San Antonio saying judge to consider lowering bond in Susan Simpson case for her husband, Brad. So they are mulling over lowering his bond. And now we have another missing lady. Here, Melanie Ballinger. What can we find out about Melanie? Not a ton about her. There's only two news stations doing anything on it. And that's all the information we have so far, is that she's 5'7", 135 pounds, with black hair, brown eyes, is unknown what she was wearing when she left the home. Oh, is it now? Is it? So your husband doesn't know what you were wearing when you left the home at 10 PM at night? Okay. Unless your husband works night shift, I don't want to hear it. They're saying here the Wiley Police Department is requesting any assistance in finding her. Residents in the area are asked to review their outdoor camera footage between the hours of 12 AM and 6 AM, yeah, to see if they can find anything of her. Yeah, basically the police want to know, do we have any proof of life that she ever left that property? That message tells me, unless someone finds a video of her, because I guarantee you someone's got a Ring doorbell or a CCTV, that if no one in that street or surrounding areas picks up a video of her, that circle is going to be tightening very, very quickly. Whatever she wore to bed, right? Or whatever she was at home, like when she got home, she got changed into, I don't know, yoga pants and a t-shirt or whatever girls wear, I don't know. Pajama pants and a t-shirt, I don't know. But yeah, that is all right. We're gonna have to keep an eye on that one. We're gonna have to keep an eye on that. Maybe tomorrow we'll have more information on Melanie. What's this one? Yeah, Mesquite teacher accused of grooming.
Accused of child grooming. Mesquite ISD middle school teachers behind bars accused of child grooming.
Police say they have video evidence of 54-year-old Sergio Gonzalez spending the night with that student inside the school. Fox Sports' David Centenary has more on the investigation and why it took as long as it did. David.
Yeah, police say that 14-year-old girl was having sleepovers with this teacher inside the middle school during summer break. A now former Mesquite ISD middle school teacher and coach, Sergio Gonzalez, is charged with felony child grooming related to a 14-year-old girl who was a student at AC New Middle School, according to Balch Springs Police Department.
During the investigation, there was video footage of the individuals walking down the hallways, carrying pillows and blankets, spending the night at the school.
The teacher and the student both spending the night at the school?
Yes, so both the teacher and the student were spending the night at the school.
That was in July, during summer break, according to an arrest warrant. The investigation began 1 month later, after the district reached out to police.
There was accusations that there was text messages between the student and the teacher making inappropriate comments.
According to an affidavit, the 14-year-old, during a forensic interview, was downplaying the situation while demonstrating her deep concern for Gonzalez and what happens to him. It's behavior not uncommon in child grooming.
Sounds like that child was very deep into that grooming saga. The fact that they're trying to protect the bad person happens quite frequently. Yeah, how did the parents not know? You have to ask that question. I don't. 14 years old. It's really disgusting, and the fact they're a teacher, it's a position of trust. I mean, I hate hearing that. Yeah, let me play you the rest of it.
Cases.
That's why this has been such a lengthy investigation, building this case where the victim is not cooperating 100%.
Kids close to the 14-year-old victim told investigators Gonzalez would give rides to the 14-year-old, visit her outside of school, buy her gifts, and inappropriately touch her. Police say the girl's family knew the two spent time together, but did not know the relationship crossed lines.
They had contact with him. They knew of him.
So the parents of this 14-year-old girl, is it safe to say that they trusted this teacher?
Yes.
Gonzalez and the 14-year-old oftentimes communicated via social media accounts, according to the affidavit, where words like baby, love, and miss you were allegedly sent by Gonzalez, as well as instructions to delete some texts and not let her parents know they were communicating. Gonzalez was arrested at his home in Forney Wednesday morning.
And he refused to talk to the detectives.
Balch Springs Police Department says additional upgraded charges are possible. Now, Gonzalez has been with the district since 2004, according to a spokesperson.
I would be wondering, what other victims does he have since 2004? And I would be trolling back through the school records for any allegations of inappropriate contact or allegations of anything to do with students that was swept under the rug as that didn't happen or whatever. I would be looking for any clue that he had done this to any other child in the past, because these people don't just jump out and attack children all of a sudden. It's a highly coordinated thing that they escalate throughout the years, and it gets worse and worse. So they never stop attacking children, and that tells me that there are probably other victims that we don't know about. We will have to see about that one. When is he due back in court?
They say they placed him on administrative.
There's a photo of him. Here, the detectives believe the student's parents trusted the teacher. They say they had contact with him, they knew of him. The girl's family said the two spent time together, but did not know the relationship had crossed any lines. Really? Really? So you're okay with your young girl hanging out with a 50-year-old teacher outside of school? I wouldn't be okay with it even if it was a female teacher hanging out with a 14-year-old girl outside of school. I wouldn't care who it is. That does cross a line. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, we didn't think it crossed any lines. As soon as contact is made outside of school hours, that has got nothing to do with like homework or something. That's it. That is the line. It's a giant red line, and they crossed it. Right. He's been working there 10 years longer than she's ever been alive. She's a baby. She's a little child. That's it. A lot of females. There's actually Carroll Middle School teacher arrested for alleged sex with former student. The females, it's been crazy over the last couple of years. The rate of offending might actually be tipped in the female side right now. the amount of arrests of women teachers that have been either attacking girls or boys, I've seen both, is astronomical right now. There's so many. There's been a bunch in Australia. There's been a bunch in the USA. There's been a bunch in England. It's might be on their side as like they've got the most at the moment. Angela says I was okay as my math teacher was friends with my older sister, and we would go around to his house, and he came here. Kind of freaky after school special is that? I don't think teachers should hang out with children outside of school. I think it's one of the, you know, it's one of like, the sacred rules of being a teacher is that if students ever spot you outside of school, that you should act like a ghost and pretend like you don't know them. And I remember teachers were like that when we were young too. Like we used to see teachers outside of school and they were just like pretended like they didn't know us. And I think that's a better idea. You knew him before he was a teacher. I don't know how that's still okay. I think once you become a teacher, there's a sanctity of it, even if it is a family friend. I mean, I get that, but still, times have changed. I don't think it's appropriate at all anymore, unless it's like your uncle who works at the high school or something, and that's sort of different. Although not different if he's abusing someone, but just different because he's a family member. All right, I think that's it. I think that's it for tonight. I think we're done. Actually, there's yes, one more. So, did you guys hear about the other week we brought you a story about a Canadian worker of Walmart who was found in an oven? Well, apparently there was is it Muncie in South Williamsport? They're saying here Brianna Burley Inners, 26, has been identified as a woman who was found in a man lift she had been operating, and what is it? She'd been found inside the store, a Target store at 170 South Lincumming Mall Road, inside the store early Saturday morning, pinned between a man lift that she had been operating and the frame of an interior door. Police termed her death accidental and identified the woman as Brianna Burley Inners, 26 of South Williamsport. They said she was last seen at 11:30 p.m. Friday by her co-workers at midnight. As employees were clocking out, the closing lead employee radioed Burley Inners to ask her if she was on her way to check out. When there was no response, the employees went to check on her. She was then found hunched over a man lift with her body caught between the man lift and a door wall frame. One of the employees immediately called 911 about 12:10 a.m. Co-workers manually overrode the man lift to lower the woman so they could start performing cardio CPR. They say Pennsdale volunteer firefighters and UPMC paramedics arrived, but efforts to revive her were unsuccessful. The woman was using the lift near the pharmacy to clean the lenses of security cameras near the ceiling. Somehow she became pinned between the piece of equipment and the door frame. The accident was not witnessed by any other employees in the store, which was closed at the time. They said it's still unclear how it occurred, but there was no signs of any suspicious activity or, you know, anyone being involved in her death. It has not been a good week for department store workers, especially with that girl that was killed in the oven in Canada. It's been pretty sad, actually. Hold on. Is there any new details about her? I think we're waiting on a. I think we're waiting for like a OSHA investigation or a Canadian Labor Department investigation about her. Her name was like Gurus Mamram. I can't pronounce it. Her last name was Kaur, right? I'm just trying to see if they ever did an update on her circumstances. Here, candlelight vigil held to remember employee who died at Halifax Walmart. That's nice. I'm glad they did that. They say people gathered to light candles and say a prayer Sunday night for the 19-year-old woman who was found dead at a Halifax Walmart. The vigil took place outside the store where her body was discovered inside a commercial bakery oven on the 19th of October. Those who knew her shared stories about her gentle spirit. They said that she was a very kind girl. The candles were placed on the ground by a memorial of flowers and cards that remain in front of the store, which continues to be cordoned off by yellow tape. More than 100 people attended the vigil. Many in the crowd also moved to Canada from India. They have been so shocked by the tragedy and feel a strong connection to the family. They say, oh, we are just paying tribute to her. I feel she will rest, she'll be in peace because we pray to God. They said everyone at the event wanted to know what happened and are frustrated that about 2 weeks later, few details have been released on how she died. They said there are others at the vigil who did not know her or her mother, but wanted to show that they are thinking of them. What the family is feeling right now, we can't imagine because it's very painful. So we are with the family and hoping for justice. There's definitely going to be some sort of justice, I reckon. There's no way a woman can be killed and cooked in an oven and there not be some sort of OSHA violation. Has to be. Because unless you were told, like, don't go in that oven, like, you would know not to step foot in that thing, right? You would have to know. I'm guessing it's like one of those, um, not like a cherry picker, one of those ones that are sort of like have that like this, like that, and then there's multiple of them, and then there's a platform on top. Yeah, it's like a flat thing, and you can jack it up and go up. Yeah, man lift. Oh, this not the type that I was thinking of. I was thinking of more like those platforms. Yeah, like this one, but that's not like I was thinking of like a what they call a scissor lift, but no. A man lift. What company was it? Man lift Target, right? No, that doesn't help me. I'm guessing it's probably something like, yeah, this is what I was thinking because I've seen these in department stores. That's not how you do that. This is what I was thinking, so that she could go up and then clean the security camera and then come back down. A boom lift? That is a cherry picker, right? Yeah, whatever I know OSHA is in Canada, but whatever their local, whoever does workplace safety. I think it's the Labor Department in Canada. I think that's who does it. But that's what I was thinking because I've seen these at department stores for getting up onto higher levels or getting like they sometimes store like TVs and stuff up high. I've seen them have these where they can get these out and get stock down. But yeah, I was thinking something like that. Yeah. The other type is it's like this, but I can't imagine they'd have one in the store. Like an articulating boom lift, but they wouldn't have one of those in a Target, right? Inside. Just trying to have a look how they make little ones too. Yeah, okay. So these are the little ones that you can get that'll just take you up to like a single story roof. This is maybe what I was thinking. Like this is probably what you'd find at a department store. Lift is elevator? Yeah. No, they're not gonna. Do you really think they're gonna have a boom lift in a store? They're massive. How would you roll it around? Like, I'll show you. If you guys don't know what a boom lift is, I'll show you. But I don't know how you get one of these into a Target. I don't know. Do you just roll them between the aisles? Like, this is a boom lift. I don't know how you would get that into into a Target. It'd be very difficult. I'm guessing it's something more like what I showed because they're like for personal use where they just jack you up a couple of levels. Like you can some of them have a control pad, some of them have a manual lever. I just yeah. I would think it would I'm just not sure it'd be that big. That's like how would you get that in there? You'd be like, "Hey, I just have to go clean the security cameras. Let me take out every aisle in the store." Yeah, I was thinking like, one of these, it's supposed to just get you up a couple of levels. It's not supposed to like take you up to the 84th floor. Yeah, like these are what they call personal. They're called like a personal elevator or something, and they're quite small and compact. And the control booth is in the little cradle up here, so you can press it. You can go up or down, and this looks pretty unstable. If she was up on top of here and then leaning across to like clean something, you could unbalance it and then fall and have it crush you easily. Yeah, Bill built a store around the lift. That's right. We needed a lift, so we designed a store. Maybe personal equal man. Yeah, it's people carrier now. No, I'm just kidding. We don't have to take the word man out of everything. Things have names. It's okay. So it's not. We don't need to remove the word man from everything. Like, you know what they call, like, what do they call those things now? You know how we used to have gingerbread men? They're like gingerbread people now. What do we get next time to have? Like gingerbread animals? Oh, come to Christmas and get your pack of gingerbread animals. Rudolph's in there. There might even be like some doves or, might even be a kangaroo. Yeah, I'd say I'm gonna guess it's something like that, and that she leant too far over to clean that security camera, and it collapsed, and that's how she got pinned. That makes sense actually because they said in that article they had to lower the thing to get her to come down so they could start CPR, and that she was wedged between this this device and the door frame. So yeah, I'm guessing that she leant over or something, tripped and fell and got pushed up against the door frame. And it was only when they lowered the basket that she was able to come down too. Ah, poor girl. No one should die at work, and I would be asking why was it necessary for her to have to go and clean the security camera lenses? And why is there not a company who comes and does that, who understands high work practices? Yeah, they're like those little tiny ones, Sean. I think that was like the first one. These little, not that one. Uh, Sort of like these ones. I don't know if I can show it to you. Hold on. There's these ones. I've seen those ones at different warehouses and stuff like that. Yeah, even if it's only one level or whatever, you're supposed to wear a safety harness. Yeah, maybe she climbed on the side of it, maybe, and stepped on like the pole, and then tried to lean forward or something. Yeah, it's awful though, because that's a young woman who's not going to come home to her family, who was just trying to earn. Literally, Target probably pays minimum wage, right? Poor girl. What is it, like $12 an hour at Target in America? I was just trying to see if I could find it. Hold on. I can't find. I was trying to find out like how that. Yeah, they said that it was an accidental death. They were called to the target, Brianna Burley Inners. Let's see if we can find a photo of her. I don't think that's a photo of her, is it? I don't know. There's this news source that's reporting that's a photo of her. Crime Online reckons this is a photo of her. I'm going to show it to you, but I don't know if it is or not. That's why I try not to use Crime Online very often, because I never know if they're verified or not. But this is the photo that they uploaded for the article. Yeah, that's what I would have thought. It would have been a maintenance contract with some particular CCTV company. The one you cannot. Oh, like the ones they jet around on, like a forklift type one, but it's got a basket, not controls in the basket. You control it sort of from the forklift bit. I get you. 5 foot 2.5. It must be an interesting experience being a foot smaller than me. Not a foot. 6 foot, 5 foot. Yeah, a foot smaller than me. All right. I think that's about it, guys and ladies. We should get out of here for the night. Yeah, it's 5:30 in the afternoon. Jeez. We've been on for hours. By the way, I want to thank Carla for her donation to the channel. I very much appreciate that. And to Kathy Lynch for her super chat. That was very, very generous, very kind. Helps out a lot. Since people wrote to me in my comments and said, Ping, we need a reminder for everything. I hate doing it, but here you go. Please like and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more live streams like this. And the links, if you want to donate, are below the video in the description. That's the only reminder you get because I hate doing it. Yeah, that's it. I'll see you tomorrow. Good luck, everyone in the US tomorrow. Please be safe out there. Don't be hanging around any city centers unless you have to. And get home and watch the fireworks with the rest of us. I will be on tomorrow for the election. I don't know what time, but I'll figure it out. Probably once they start announcing counties or towns, I'll come on and we can hang out. And we can do like sort of true crime / election / other stuff. So we'll figure it out. And we'll be back tomorrow. No web sleuths tomorrow? Well, I'll come on. I'll hang out with you. I don't care that it's the election. I don't care. I think it's a great time to come and hang out. We'll do heaps of stuff. I'll bring you latest statistics. I won't know what they mean, but I'll tell you what they are. And we'll see who wins. Good luck to the 49ers next week. I hope they win. Thank you, everyone. I will see you tomorrow. I don't know what time. Keep an eye out for a reminder or a notification. Or head over to our Facebook, Nights with Ping, or or Twitter /X, Nights with Ping, and you'll get updates on those two particular pages. I often post early or I'll give people a heads up whether I'm coming on or not. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I will see you tomorrow. Good night. Get some rest. Tomorrow's going to be a hell of a day. Hell on earth. No, it's not. Okay. I just wanted to use my creepy voice. No, it's not going to be hell on earth. It's going to be fine. All right. Good night, everyone. Peace out. I'm sorry. Our StreamYard's still busted. I hope it'll be fixed soon. Bye. See ya.